This is embarrassing. Oh my goodness. So I stand 10 toes down when I talk about it's a little bit difficult to be racist on an empty stomach.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Oh.
You're seeing millions of white Ignants experiencing that, right? Their EBT cards being declined. They got like 3 little Ignants running around the house. They don't know what to do. Almost, on par with Idiocracy.
I'm pregnant again.
I got too many damn kids.
The obvious and clear, solution would be to not be racist, okay? That would be the solution. Hey, I'm not gonna be racist anymore, and we're gonna try and build this country, together, for all of us, right? So that we can all benefit. That would be the obvious solution. But unfortunately, what the Republican Party has done to many white people is that they've made them into victims.
You're the victim.
And because they're ignorant, right? They don't, 1 + 1 not knowing, they think 1 + 1 = mayonnaise. They are easily swayed. They are easily persuaded into believing that they're victims. And who is doing the victimizing? It's not the white elites who have, put them into recessions, put them in depressions, who have, taken their money via interest, who have done a litany of things to harm the white middle class, these white ignorants. No. Who's the bad guy? We are. Black people, brown people. That's who's taking your money. That's why we have to raise, the prices. That's why everything is so exorbitantly high. It's not because of our greed. No, it's because of them. And because, they, 1 + 1 = mayonnaise, they're like, okay, well, let's go get them.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
And that's where we are in present day, is that this victimhood has caused them now to go into really embarrassing, dark areas of racism, bruh, where they're not even racist anymore, okay? They've lost their title at racist. They're just dumb.
Damn.
Instead of getting an actual job and lifting themselves up by the bootstraps as they want everyone else to do, well, what they've decided to do is try and profit off of their racism.
What?
Is that they believe that there's enough white ignorance in this world that they can make a killing, right? They can rob the bank and get away with it simply off of saying, woe is me, I'm white, and anti-white racism is real. That's what they've done. And this all starts, just so we're clear, this started with Shiloh Hendricks. Now, if you all remember Shiloh Hendricks was a trailer trash chick. All the stereotypes that they label for black women, that's what she is. Every accusation is a confession for them. Single mother, looking like trash, eating government cheese, just very promiscuous, just trash. That's what this person is, just a drag of society. And to make it worse is that she's racist trash. It's very fascinating how those two often go hand in hand, like racist and poor. It's very interesting when it comes to the white ignorance. When you see a rich white person, they may have their prejudices and stuff like that. But if that black person can make the money, they'll shake their hand, they'll make an agreement, they'll sign the contract. That's what they'll do. But the white ignorant, the poor white ignorant, they don't think that way. They can be living in filth and see a rich black person in a Bugatti and be like, huh, dumb N-word. And to them, because that's how they've been programmed and conditioned, that's a W for them. Them being in trailer parks, eating rats and stuff like that, and defecating, in plastic bags, that's a win to them. Why? It's not because of their standards of living. It's because there's no black people around them.
Damn.
So that being said, when many of the white ignorant saw Shiloh Hendricks, right, who was a reflection of them, gain almost $1 million, I think she raised like $700K, simply for calling a black child an N-word, well, they're like, I can do that. I can call black kids N-word all the time. I want $1 million. And that's where this all began. Now we're starting to see more and more of this, and it will probably incline as the economic situation gets worse. So we had, not too long ago, the person walking around in a Nazi uniform. Like, okay, but why did they walk around in the Nazi uniform? So they can be lambasted, so they can be ridiculed, so they can be like, oh, you, right? Now, what happens to that person? He's trying to raise, I think it's like 100K. 100K, he's raised 24K. Okay, right? Now that funneled other people to go out and do the same thing. If y'all remember the couple, when Kanye came out with the Hitler song and they were singing the song, they started saying, oh, we're being attacked, we're being targeted. What do they try to do? They try to raise 80K. Now, that obviously failed and they unpublished the GiveSendGo. But most recently, we have another Ignant. We had this dude with a mustache, a porn star mustache, going around harassing black people who parked in, I don't know, a non-parking zone or something. I don't know how that negatively impacts his life. But he went around calling them N-words and everything. And the only reason he did that is because he had a gun. This is something I always find hilarious. The reason why, in my opinion, the theory I have when it comes to white Ignants and their guns is that it's the only thing that levels the playing field for them. Because many of them are physically, inferior. And what I mean by inferior, I don't mean that they're born that way. I mean, an argument could be made, but I just mean that they're not, when you think of a man, they're not it.
Damn.
When you think of the stereotypical man and masculinity, they are never the representation. As I've said before, many of them are usually overweight, or many of them are very frail and scrawny and skinny. They desperately hold on to what they believe is masculinity. And one thing that levels the playing field is that gun. So they bring out that gun, and now the black man who is physically, is superior to this racist Ignant, now it levels the playing field. Now he's like, well, now you're gonna do what I want you to do. And it makes them feel good about themselves. It makes them feel good about their inferior position in this country, on the planet, to be honest with you.
He's out of line, but he's right.
So that's what he does. He has a gun. He lets him know he has a gun and say, oh, yeah, go ahead and do something.
Come do something. Come do something. Pull up. Oh, he got found. Yeah. Walk up. That's what I thought.
This is what gives him this courage. Now, ironic enough, apparently he was getting messages with people who are like, well, I have guns too. And that's why they're in such a panic, because they want to have the guns, but they don't want, if they could, you have to understand, if they could, all the hoops and, struggles they try to get to make people to get the gun, that's mainly for black people, because they want to have that advantage, because they don't have the physical advantage, all right? They don't have the mental advantage. They don't have any advantage other than the fact that they are more inclined and they have a predisposition to let go of their humanity to get what they want. That's really the only advantage that many of these races have, that they have the ability to not see you as a human. They'll see you as chattel to get what they want. They have the ability of not seeing, Palestinians as children. They have the ability to weaponize their image and see them as, well, they're terrorists. And, we don't negotiate with terrorists. And that's what enables them to do such wicked behavior. As the scripture says, they come here to kill, steal, and destroy.
Damn.
That being said, this individual started getting, some threats as he was threatening these people. And now he's, what happens with every racist. Oh, I didn't mean nothing by it. Oh, it was just a joke. And he's adding the FBI. He's like, well, FBI, come and help me, please, please. And that's, once you start to see that many of these racists are nothing but cowards, the jig is up. The whole concept of calling us, you chimping out and all that, you're going to be racist regardless. Whether you're in the hospital or whether you're 6 feet under, you're going to be racist regardless. So it makes no difference to us. That is the current state of many races, of many white male races. And it's, like I said in the beginning, it's embarrassing. Because these are the same people we're talking about. We were Vikings, we were civilization builders, we're doing this. And now they have succumbed to the point where they are trying to grift off of racism.
Beta!
They just can't be racist and be proud, right? Back in the day, the racists didn't need to video record, hey, I'm going to call this guy an N-word, okay? I may lose my job, but that's a sacrifice we've got to make, white people. This is what they've succumbed to do, to go around and harass people in hopes of being a victim, being seen as a victim by other races, and getting financial support. I don't know, man. I think that's a sad state for many, for many to be in. I think white men, okay, the Chads out there, I think you need to take them under your wing. I really do, okay? Because if they're racist, it's only going to be you who's going to be able to get that racism out of them. All right, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'll help the incels. Black men, we're working on the incels, okay? We're adopting the white incels to make sure that our children are safe in schools, okay? That's a win-win. It's a win-win. So we're gonna need white men, okay? If you're successful, if you got a woman, if you have a family, we're gonna need you to, pick up your part of the workload, all right? You're gonna need to reach these dudes out there who don't have any living, know nothing about nothing, who are trying to use GiveSendGo as a means of financial stability. You've got to reach these people, and help them. Let them know that, hey, you don't have to, do videos of you being racist and stuff like that to get money. Hey, let me give you an internship here, right? let me help you out. I work at a VC, fund. Let me see if we can get you to wipe the floors, or to answer calls, something, right? Just to help them. So I think that's one way to come together, because this is kind of pathetic. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not believe, look us, okay? That we are victims, all right? And we have every right to call you guys N-words and make a profit from it. Or if you don't believe, I hear you, but you're really just gonna destroy your livelihood, mar your image in the workforce to get what, 20K? To get, what? Are you serious? I think we need a better group of races. All right, that's what I think. I think we need a better group of races. Not that I want to enable races or anything, but I'm just like, this isn't racism. This is like struggle racism. I mean, I feel bad for you. Like, I'm trying to give y'all advice on how to be better racists, and that's when we have to draw the line. All right, where you have black people trying to listen. Maybe the N-word is kind of played out. Maybe y'all should do something different. Maybe y'all should do. I know the tuna cans and the mayonnaise. I understand. I know you want to eat better, but this isn't going to work, bro. It's just not. You're not going to get any money from that. Maybe we can collaborate and we go 50-50, 60-40. We'll figure something out. Otherwise, if you happen to disagree, you know where to find me. Disagreement Day, Thursday through Saturday. Disagreement Day. Call in, duke it out. You know where to find me. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think, and subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing. Well, now you're gonna do what I want you to do.